Welcome everyone, my name is John Dominic O'Connor, and in this video I am going to show you all the Number Now albums, and I'm going to tell you which month each Number Now was released in. Now before I start showing you the nows in this video, I'm just going to say to you that all months of the year, apart from September, have been Number Now releases. I'll say it again. All months of the year, except for September, have been Number Now releases in the United States. Now, let's get the lights off. Already got my iPad on. Alright. We're going to start with the first month of the year, which is January. As you can see, it says Number Now it released in January and not Number Nows released in January, because so far there's just been one January Now release. Actually this was released in this year, 2017. So this is Now 61. And this Now well, January had the longest wait from the start of the Now series to become a Number Now release. So, this is the first, and right now, not necessarily only Number Now, to be released in the first month of the year, which is January. Alright, that was the lone January Now release. It's time for the February Nows. Alright, here are the February Nows. The February Nows began with Now 37. This was released in 2011, and the next Now released in February was Now 41. It was released in 2012. And here's another February release now. This is Now 45. It was released in 2013. And yes, this is a February release now too. This is Now 49. It was released in 2014. And this Now was released in February 2015. Now 53. And this is the sixth and latest Now to be released in February. Now 57. There were 6 February Nows. Alright, now let's go on to the March ones. Alright, so this was released in 2002. This is the first Now to be released in March. This is Now 9. The next March release was Now 12 in 2003. After that was Now 15. March 2004, and the next March album would be Now 18, released in March of 2005. And this was released in March of 2007. This is Now 24 CD. This is a March release. And this is the 6th March release, Now 27. Yeah, this album was actually released in 2007. And this Now was released in 2008. This Now 27 album in March. And this album was released in March, and this is Now 30, released in 2009. And the last March album is Now 33, released in 2010. Yeah, Now 30 was released in 2009. This Now was released in 2010. This is the last March album. And you can see there were 8 March releases. I have a playlist of all these March Nows. You can see it even says Number Nows released in March. Same thing up here. It's actually referred to as a photo album rather than playlist, and it says it right here. That was the March releases. Now for the April releases. Alright, here we go. Starting with Now 6. The first Now to be released in April. This was released in 2001. Next was Now 21, released in 2006. And next would be Now 58, released in 2016. And yeah, that was all the April releases. There was only 3 of them that was released in this month of the year, April. Let's go on to the May ones now. We start with Now 38. This is a May album. And, this is the first May release. It was released in 2011. And, this was released in 2012, so it's now 42. This is also a May release. And this Now 46 album is the third May release. Did I say main release? Sorry if I said that. This is the third May release for any number now. This is Now 46 in 2014. Next one being Now 50 in 2014. This was actually released in 2013 and not 2014. And this is Now 50 in 2014. This was actually released in 2014, this Now 50. And this is the 5th and latest May album, Now 54, in this whole Now series. It was released on May 4th, which is 5/4/54. The 4th of the 5th month of the year. Guess they must have originally set this for May 5th, 2015, and then moved it up earlier to make it a 5/4 for 54. And that was all 5 May releases of the Now series. Let's go on to the June ones now. Alright. Here's the first June release. Now that's what I call Music 28. Yeah, Now 54 was released in 2015, but it's not a June album. It's a May album, like I said. And this Now 28 was released in June, and it's a 2008 album, this Now 28 CD. It's the first June album, like I said. I think. And this Now is the second Now to be released in June. It was released in 39, Now 31. And the last one, this Now, was released in 2010. And yes, there were 3 June releases in the Now series. Let's go on to the ones that were coming out in July. Here we go with the 7th month of the year. Okay, so this is Now 2. This Now was released in 1999. This is Now 4, released in 2000. This is Now 7, released in 2001. Now 10, released in 2002. Now 13 from 2003. Now 16 from 2004. Now 19 from 2005. Now 22 from 2006. And now 25 from 2007. There were 9 Nows that were released in the month of July. Let's go on to the ones that were coming out when it was August. The Nows that came out in August. Alright. Here's the first August album in the Now series. Now 35. It was actually released on the day before my mom turned 47. This Now 35 CD. The first August release in the Now series. This was released in 2010. This was released in 2011. This came out in 2012. This came out in 2013. They released this one in 2014. They released this in 2015. And this is from 2016. And there were 7 Nows that were released in the month of August. That's the end of all August releases. And because there are no number nows that were released in September, yes, the number is 0 for nows released in September. Because there was never a number now released in September, we're going to skip that month and go to October. Alright, so number nows released in October. This includes the first edition. So this is the first ever number now released in this series. It's the only one to be released in 1998. And this is Now 1, which is simply called Now in the cover, and can many times be referred to as just Now That's What I Call Music without the 1. But I usually call this Now 1 or Now That's What I Call Music 1. So this is the first October album of the series. This was released in 1998. This was the second, it's from 2014. And this is the third, it's from 2015. And that was all number nows of October. There were 3 releases in that month. Now we're going to go on to the November ones. We've just got 2 more months to go. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be a lot. Alright, so here is Now 5. This was released in 2000. It's the first November release. And this is Now 8. Yeah, Now 5 is from 2000. This is Now 8, the second November album. This came out in 2001. This one came out in 2002. This one came out in 2003. This one came out in 2004. This one came out in 2005. This one came out in 2006. This one came out in 2007. This one came out in 2008. This one came out in 2009. This one came out in 2010. This one came out in 2011. This one came out in 2012. This one came out in 2013. And this one came out in 2016. There were 15 number nows released in the month of November. November had more number now releases than any other month of the year. So November is the now with the most now releases. I mean, November is the month with the most now releases. 15 nows. Alright. We only got 1 more month to go, and this is December. It's the closing month of the year, December. Alright. Put up the Now 3 cover. And this is the only number now that was released in December. See this? 1 and only 1. Only 1 now was released in December, and this is Now 3. This currently, but not necessarily. This currently ties with January for release now releases. They only released a number now in December once, and this is it. This is the only number now that was released in December, this Now 3 album. And it has that All-Star song which was also featured in Shrek, plus songs like American Woman, Bellamos, All I Have to Give, and many other such songs from the end of the 1990s. That was Now 3. Nice, great cover. And that was it. That was all the number nows and the months of the year they were released in. Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me in the comments section below what you might think about this, if you would like. Bye-bye.